So I was called to diagnose this vehicle and it's having an issue with the timing. But before I'll go and check anything, let me scan the system and see. And you can see that the lights are on, but the check engine light is blocked. So let me turn on the ignition. You can see that the lights are on, but the check engine light is blocked. So that means they blocked the check engine light. So let me scan it and see the actual fault code with the vehicle. Then I'll set up my vehicle I'll set up my scope. I have only 2-channel scope with me at the location that I am, so I'll try and utilize it more. So you can see even with the readiness, you can see it's at 7 readiness. So what I'll do now is go back, check my fault code. So and I normally like to use OBD for this kind of vehicles because of the permanent, so that I can know the current fault. So there is current fault and it is permanent, so that means either the fault was erased and it came up again or something. And this catalytic converter also issue is part. So what I'll do now is, my main problem is the crankshaft position and camshaft position bank 1 sensor B, which is the exhaust side. So I'll scope the crank and the exhaust side, then I'll go for a non-good waveform to see if I'll be able to get any data related to it. If it is the timing, then I have to remove the whole timing case and check the system. So I'll do that. But for now, even if I erase the fault code, it will come up again because it's a permanent fault code. Whilst the readiness is not complete, it will not allow the permanent code to go off till the problem is fixed. So that means that's a common problem that is the problem that this car is having. So now what I'll do is I'll set up my scope and check the vehicle. I've set it up. I just connected so that I wouldn't connect it from the back of the engine. So I connected it from the back of the ECU, and now I have to set my scope up. For my scope, channel 1 is up. Let me set up channel 2, but let me change the voltage on channel 1. Let me increase the voltage to, let me say, 2 volts per division. Then let me switch to channel 2. Let me change channel 2. Click it on it again and it goes to channel 2, and turn channel 2 on. So the channel 2 will be the exhaust camshaft signal. Then the channel 1 will be the crankshaft signal, because the fault that is reporting is between collision between crankshaft and camshaft B, and the B is the signal. So with this one, I know the voltage is supposed to be around 5 volts per division. So with that one, I'll set the voltage on channel 2. I'll set my channel 2 voltage to 1 volt per division, because if I set it to 1 volt per division, that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it will be okay for me to get any information from it. So now what I'll do is, now that my scope is set up, I'll start the vehicle and see the reading that I'll be getting from the signals. Then I'll know how to, so I'll connect I'm going to show you how to connect the O-ring scope to a laptop and get a bigger screen on your laptop, and it's very fast so that you can use it with your laptop. So I'll do that also. So now let me start the vehicle and see if I'm getting the right signal. You can see the waveform that I'm getting on this scope. So now I have to change the time base first so that I can get more information on it. So let me change my time base. Let me decrease my time base. So now I've decreased my time base, and you can see the information I'm getting on the scope. So what I'll do next is, let me also, after changing my time base and getting this information, let me increase the time base. No, this will be okay. So now let me go to channel 1 and channel 1 and change the voltage and increase the voltage on channel 1. You can see I'm getting the camshaft signal. Sorry for, you can see I'm now getting the camshaft signal. So let me change the voltage so that I can get it on the screen perfectly. So let me go to channel 1, select channel 1. Okay, now I'm on channel 1. Let me increase the voltage. Yeah, you can see that I'm getting the voltage now. And now that I've changed the voltage and I'm getting this, let me change my trigger, send my trigger up a bit. Okay, and you can see now my blue line, which is supposed to be the exhaust cam, it's not showing any signal at all. So you can see my blue line, which is supposed to be the exhaust cam, is not showing any signal. But I'm measuring the 5 volts on it. So you can see that I'm measuring 5 volts on it, and it's not showing any signal. So let me switch it to the intake cam. Let me switch it to the oh, sorry, that means maybe I've connected to the power side of the system. So let me check that one and get back to you. So this means that I connected it to the wrong connector. So I'll find for the right one, then know what to do. I connected it to the wrong one. So now that I've got the cam sensor, the crank sensor here, I'll just connect it to the right pin and get the voltage that it is. So with this one now, the cam sensor is working. So what I can do now is let me go to channel and pull this one down a bit. Okay, so what I can do now is I can pause it and work on it and check if it is off timing or it is on timing. But what I'll do now is I'll take the capture. I can pause the capture now and then check my timing. But I can also connect it to a computer and also do that. So let me connect the laptop and do that on the laptop. The waveform which I'm trying to check on, and there is the non-good waveform. So I'm trying to check and see which one is okay. Trying to check if my timing is on point. So with this one, because of the fault code, I've redo the timing and I'm fixing everything back. So you can see the timing marks are on point, and the down one also is exactly where it should be. And you can see where the F is. You can see where the timing mark is. So I'll refix everything, then start the vehicle. So I'll do everything. The timing is done, and now I'll fix. You can see the cylinder. So I'll fix and clean everything up. I'll let it dry up. Then I'm having issue with this. They're supposed to be spraying oil into the engine, but I'm not able to blow air through it. So I'll check why and then fix everything back. So after the timing work now, I'll do the the vehicle is running. So now I'll try and do the valve oil control valve actuation and see if it will affect the performance. So let me start from subtraction. So after subtracting everything, I don't get any. So I don't get any response. Now let me quickly add to the positive side also and see if I'll be having any issue with my RPM. So let me search for my RPM. So this is my RPM. Then let me do that add up. So let me go from 20. So you can see it's affecting my RPM. You can see it's affecting my RPM. It's affecting my RPM, which means hopefully the problem is solved. Let me exit it. So now what I'll do is I'll let it run for a while, then I'll check if there is no leakage, then I'll go for trial. Let me do the intake also. So that was on the exhaust side, so let me do the intake also, then see if I'll get any issue with the intake. Let me search for my RPM. Let me go to quick subtraction and see if my RPM will be affected. Okay, it's not that much. Let me go to the positive side and see if my RPM will be accepted. If it will be affected, then so you can see my RPM is being affected. Okay, so let me input here to a stable side, quick subtract, so that it will be normal. Let me move away from it. Let me just exit it. And now the RPM is okay. So I'll let it run for a while and check if there is any leakage. If there is no leakage, then let me try and see if I get any trouble code. Yeah, now there is no trouble code coming up. So what I'll do now is I'll let it run for a while, then I'll check if there is no leakage, then I'll go for try